Hello and welcome to the Unofficial Controller Podcast, your weekly gaming podcast, episode 169, PlayStation Showcase, 25th of the 5th, 23, with me, George, Bobby, and RGT. Showcase to my show too much. Now I have a legal case. How's it going, man?
Going really well.
Good.
That's a good one, that one.
I liked it. That was good.
Life
Clever.
imitates art, imitates life. Let's start with Bobby. First on my screen, first to arrive, ticking the register. Bing. How's it going, dude? I ain't seen you in what feels like a long time now, but the three amigos, D'Artagnan's ill. Seb, he's poorly. But you've joined us. How's things?
Yeah. I feel good. I was sick for the last week, but my voice is kind of strange. But
the
I
American office struck down by some sort of phantom illness,
going down all over the place.
Oof.
Just America. So once you come to the country, you get sick.
Wow. Okay.
That's how it is.
Did we have a Boba Loba going brown moment, or was it mainly sort of up top sickness?
No, just like a little body sore and a sore throat. But
General malaise.
Yeah. I don't have to call out of work, which is good. Just to feel like 100%.
Time off.
Yeah. Well, I didn't call out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If it's more like I call out. This was like so
Right. Okay. Well, let's see how RGT's doing. How are you, RGT? Very quiet.
Wonderful. Just listening to poor Bobby being ill. Bless him, and get well soon, Seb. Hope you feel better soon.
Seb's just took this on to make us all feel a little bit more human. I think that was Bobby's intention as well. Just, even Americans get sick, guys. It's okay. Like,
yeah. I'm good. How are you, George?
That's an interesting question. And one that I think simple answer, I'm feeling great. Feeling very gamed up.
I gathered that from our pre-show chats. You were quite fired up, weren't you? It's like a little 3-year-old who'd had far too much pop.
There's starting to be a little bit of a routine here. George stays up way too late playing video games. Video games. George records a show about video games, and normally ends up coming across like he's some sort of mentalist.
Yeah, that's the standard.
It's the espresso shot, bro. It'll happen to you.
Yeah, it's the only thing keeping me alive. The only thing keeping me alive. Let's not muck around. Odders, grip your 12-inch action, man. Or to get some clothes on that bad boy. As I ask these gentlemen, what have you been playing? And he's been ill. Let's find out what he's been playing on his ill bed. Bobby, what have you been playing?
I played some Jedi Survivor, which I'm loving it.
Nice.
Really enjoying it. And then I took a break from that because the map is confusing to me and I just can't understand it. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm sick.
I struggle with those maps.
Like I'm trying to go to places. Yeah, it's very strange. Like I'm trying to go places that are right to my left, but apparently they're maybe downstairs or upstairs.
Always been that way. It was like that in one, wasn't it? But I do notice in this game,
it's a little off.
Yeah, but when you visit a planet, before when you visited somewhere, it was more than likely going to be 75% complete. Now, when you finish there for the first time, it's normally on 95% complete. So there's very little sort of extra bits left behind. Once you've done a planet, it's kind of done. I think most of that exploration and sneaking around and discovering new areas has really been saved for Kobo this time round. How are you finding Kobo?
Who?
The planet with the bar on it and the...
Oh, yeah. No, it's okay. It's pretty cool. I like how that's like a little hub. It's interesting.
I think that's where most of your Metroidvania stuff goes on there now.
Yeah. I do a mission. I come back, have a little drink, talk with the guys, talk about my adventure, and then go off done the mission. I think it's great. So yeah, no. So far the game is good. I think it's better than Harry Potter.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you there. I think without spoiling what I've been playing, but let's get into this now because it feels relevant. I'm right at the end of Star Wars Survivor. And I feel like the story this time has really been the weakest part. I haven't found it anywhere near as good. It is better than Harry Potter. You're absolutely bang on about that. But towards the end of it, I'm finding that I'm like, oh, that was no surprise to me, and neither is this. And I really didn't want, okay, this is happening now, but it's not as special as it should be. And I don't know why. I think I said last episode that it felt like the first game was like tunneling down this point to this ultimate face-off in what felt like the baddie's lair. And this time around, I don't know. I'm not feeling that as much.
I also feel that the first game felt a lot better because it was a shot game. We didn't expect it to be good. We'd had the Battlefront series before that, which was not great. So we went in, and that was a bit of a surprise when how good it was. So I think trying to then get that same feeling with the second game's always on a bit of a hiding to nothing for them, really. I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but you know what the game's going to be about now. So obviously, with this hub world, they've tried to add extra bits in. Feels a little bit bolt on to me, but still good.
Yeah, I'm not like surprised at where the story's going to go. I think I can predict what's going to happen already. The action has been amped up though, which is pretty good.
Yeah, agreed.
But sometimes I prefer the story because it's like, what are we really fighting for? You know. But I mean, overall, so far, so good. Can't complain. And then between that, I was playing We Were Here Forever with Marlon, which we stopped now for 2 weeks.
How's Marlon?
He's okay. He also got sick. I think I got him sick when he came over to my house, so he's not doing too good. So we're just stuck in this one puzzle, and the problem with the puzzle is that it's not like we're like can't figure it out. So you have 8 minutes to do it. I mean, obviously it's been done, but it's just not. We're not doing it fast enough. So
this is the game you talked about in your solo episode.
Yes. Yeah. And you have to do certain actions that only I can do, and certain actions only he can do, and then we have to get together to make the chemicals to get this thing going.
Okay.
So I watched the video on YouTube, and I pretended I was channeling my inner George, and I wrote a script trying to figure out what we could do to make this a little bit faster. But we just have to try it out. I downloaded Dead Island 2. I just downloaded it. I wanted to play it.
Okay.
And then I've been playing this game called Cards of the Dead.
Hang on, rewind. Dead Island 2. You've kept your side of the bargain. Did your brother keep his?
He did.
So you both have this game downloaded?
Yeah. So now, I'm like, whenever you're ready, bro, call me.
Okay.
I know, because I know I traumatized this kid, right? So because the platinums. So I said, listen, let's just have a good time. Let's play it. If you don't want to play it today, that's fine. No pressure. But let's beat the game. I can do everything else myself.
Gauge of 0% to 100%. What percentage likely is it that the platinum poison's going to get in your veins, and before you know it, you're going to be like, listen, bro, we're literally 5 trophies away from the platinum. You're joining me tonight, and we're playing it until you collapse.
It always happens. Yeah. That's why I feel bad. It always happens. I feel bad, but I'm just I get aggravated. I'm like, guy, you're like 4 trophies away. Yeah, but bro, I'm done. Yeah, but it's just
part of your rehabilitation is when you're 4 trophies away, you just walk away.
Then you
don't get me mad.
Then you have to
if
be
you look at his list,
trophies away, then 2, and then you have to do 1 trophy,
and then you just walk away. You walk away from the game.
He is the master of that. So all of his games are like 80, 90%, and then I look at them. I'm like, why can't you just kill 10 more guys with a shotgun?
Yeah, but he's finished the game. He's finished the
story.
You don't want to kill another.
You know what? I respect that. I do. But unfortunately, what happens is, I'm like, bro, let's do it together. It could be like a brother platinum. We could do it together. So we'll see. But at least he got the game. That's fine. And then between that, I started playing this game called Cards of the Dead.
He's like your platinum mule.
He is. He really is.
He smuggles a game in under the guise of brotherly love, and then you sort of bust it out of him. And
I get mad too. I get mad if I recorded what we talk about and what I say to him. I'm going down. But then it's going down, bad, bro. Cancel culture.
That could be a Patreon service. That one.
Yeah, I make fun of his glasses and everything.
Platinum recordings.
It's like torture, bro. But then I played this game, Card of the Dead, because if I don't have that much time, I figured let me try this game out. I had it downloaded for a while. I really like this game. It's almost like so it's a bunch of cards. You're in a zombie apocalypse, and there's a bunch of cards face down. There's 3 characters. You start off as Rick, just a regular guy. There's collectibles in the game, but like nothing too serious. And these cards are face down, and then you have to pick a card, and it could be either a zombie, a weapon, an item, or the exit sign, or an injection. Because every time you turn a card, you lose. You have 10 like turns, and as you keep turning cards, it goes down, and then you become a zombie. So if you don't have an injection, you can go to 0, and then your life goes away by 1. So you have to maintain some injections, like the what do you call it, the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to make sure you have weapons, and make sure you have. So it's kind of like a little bit of a. You gotta make sure your book bag has the items you need, and it's all random. So if you die and you go back, the cards are random again. So I'm enjoying it because you can just play a little bit at a time.
What's it called again?
Is it on the
It's called Cards of the Dead.
It
was on sale. I think it's like $5. So $5, not bad at all. Especially when you have like a couple hours, you can't really do anything because you can't like Journal Survivor. If I get into that game, I'm playing it.
Yeah.
So if I only have a little bit of time, it was working out. This is perfect. So that's it. Yeah, I really like it. I'm actually surprised by it, to be honest.
Excellent.
And that's it for me. Yeah.
Nice. It's just so good to hear your voice on a 3-way dance again.
I'm excited.
I am. I did a little bit of a RGT.
Yes.
Why? In fact, we'll come to you last because I'm hoping you've got a hidden gem for us.
First of all, just want to say, you could see this man and his game room. It's glorious. It's amazing.
Those that can, game. Those that can't,
it's the best
fill
thing
a
on the
room
internet
with
right
tat.
now. Best thing on the internet, bro. I love this man.
He is probably the most lovable character I have ever met in my life. And the strange thing about RGT is he's just so desperate to be loved. If you're out there, right, and you listen to the show and you're not on the Discord, but you want to slide straight into someone's DMs, RGT's your man. He will literally drive to wherever you are, Vegas. He ain't bothered. He fit a snorkel to his car. And
he's
will
the
literally...
kind of guy you sit down, he's sitting at the bar. Come on, bro. It's going to be a stop.
You wake up the next morning and he's decorated your whole house.
Yeah, you want to hug him.
He's just unbelievably giving.
I love this man.
I'm going to do what I've been playing. And then we'll cut to you. You can do what you've been playing, then slap me right on the back of the legs with a hidden gem. How's that sound?
Absolutely beautiful.
This episode should just be entitled The Love-In. Okay, so George, what have you been playing? Well, let me recommend Bomber Crew again. Absolutely fine game. If you've got PS Premium, get on there. If you're from America and you're like, I don't want to fly Lancaster bombers, it's all right. We've got you covered. We've got the USAF version included, free of charge. So you can fly the B-52s. It's a game that looks daft. Bobby, the only thing stopping you from platinum this game is patience. And it's an enjoyable game that looks like Little Big Workshop, but is actually smothered. And I mean smothered in historical accuracy.
Really?
It is wonderful. You get to take place in some big missions in the Second World War. I'm up to the point now in the war where we're bombing the German coastline, ready for D-Day. So there's a couple of DLC packs. The USAF one, which comes free of charge, and then the Secret Weapons, which is one that I probably won't buy, but I might do to keep this stream alive. What else have I been playing? MLB, obviously. A little bit more Jedi Survivor, although I am kind of stuck on the last boss. Story reasons. You go into that fight. Story reasons, not feeling probably or being the same as you normally would do reasons. And therefore, it's a little harder than I wanted it to be. I think I've just not applied the time. I've been distracted with other things. Mainly, Madden 23. Come to Papa.
Madden.
Come to Papa. It's it's a cheeky little game.
MLB's going to get jealous.
Really?
You're cheating on MLB.
Listen, I've gone in pretty raw. I know enough about NFL from my very deep relationship with NFL 2K5. I tried a bit of Madden 22. Didn't have the patience for it. Nah. I've gone into face of the franchise. Yeah, that's interesting. Simon, tell me, Bobby, in the modern world of NFL, how good or bad are the Atlanta Falcons?
They're pretty. I mean, they're all right.
Okay. Well, I'm on a 9-game losing streak with the Falcons right now.
Ooh. Who's your quarterback?
Me.
Okay.
I
like it.
And what annoys me is
this like the replacements part of the game?
Yeah, I think you go in, face the franchise, you've been signed, you're this young and up-and-coming quarterback. You can play all different positions, but I thought to myself, which is most like pitcher in MLB? It's quarterback. I'll just stand there and look for the best passes. The passes in MLB, the opposing team in Madden seem to be very aggressive. Like the only thing that's getting me yardage right now is the running game. Now, obviously, NFL's changed a lot since 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I put the ball airborne, there's a strong chance it's not going to get caught. And I don't know why, because I've invested in my character. I've been making sure throw accuracy is as high as I can get it. But every time I throw it, they seem to like fumble around and drop it, or so it's incomplete. Then I look like an idiot. I've done my bit. I've thrown the ball. All you got to do is
throw
catch
it too late into the route.
I don't know. It's hard to work out. I'm starting to get some traction. I've won a couple of games.
It also depends on ball speed. You can hold the ball, throw it harder.
Yeah, that's the next thing I need to level up. I've decided to put all my stats into accuracy. And when it's a short game, like if they're running within the 10 yards that we've got to gain, if they do a run within that and I do a short throw, boom, it's caught every time. So we can either do short passes, but you get greedy, don't you? Let's say the clock's against you and you want to cover a big distance, so you can either get a field goal or a touchdown. You think, oh, which one? Okay, we'll try this play. It's, oh, no, and there's nothing worse than when the opposing team catch the ball and then run at you, because they always seem to guaranteed always to get a touchdown. It's like, how is this right? How is this?
It's annoying. I can 100% see that.
Okay, so
like my brother, you would try to sack him, he'd run 10 yards, opposite direction, and then throw a bomb. Guys wide open. Explain to me how, because I tried it and I'm never wide open. That's why I stopped playing. It's frustrating.
But it's not just me.
No, it's frustrating. Oh, definitely, it's challenging.
All right. Well, I'm going to go
get
back to
everything timed right.
Right, that's it. Nailed on. I'm going back to the ground game. In modern NFL, we're just gonna literally run the ball the whole way.
Listen, slants, hooks, and runs. Go for it.
Slams, hooks, and runs. Let me write this down. Okay.
That's all you can do, little by little.
Little by little. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We got to a touchdown in the last one, in the game I was playing last night, and I'd literally took it from our zone to theirs. And even the commentator was like, this is one hell of a run. In the way they're doing it, little by little. I cannot believe they deserve a touchdown for this. And if they don't get it, you got to ask yourself some serious questions. I didn't get it, just got the field goal.
The last American football game I played was Mutant League Football on the Mega Drive.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Bold Border from the Discord has got this game. He's got the physical. I mean, it's quite a rare game now, but we very occasionally will break that and have a game. That's fantastic. But Madden, I haven't played that since Mega Drive either. I've never played a modern American football game.
I've never played a Madden. I think I've dabbled with Maddens in the past, but what really got me into NFL back in the day was NFL 2K5. Just a great game. It had like a face of the franchise mode in it, but it was more like maybe franchise mode where you play the whole team. You don't just pass it when you're playing face of the franchise, you literally just do that, a bit like FIFA, where you just do the bit you're in.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it makes more sense in NFL because you do your one thing and then it moves to the other person that does their one thing. In football, like, let's say you sign their face of the franchise mode, you sign up as a striker. So you basically just hover around halfway. If you try and get involved in the tackles, you're going to be absolutely worn out. So you can't chase the ball around the whole pitch. I found that to be a bit exhausting, but in NFL, it makes sense. In MLB, it makes sense as well, but it is what it is. What else have I been playing? Grinding very near to the end game of Yakuza 6. In fact, that's probably what I've got to turn on and finish because I put it in restore mode yesterday because I was away from a save because I was in that final sort of rush to the boss scenario. That's Yakuza for you. Bizarrely ended up on the roof of Millennium Tower again. So looking to get that finished and then freeing myself up for some more stuff. RGT, Bobby, question for you both. No talk of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. What's going on?
Oh, dear. So I bought it day one. I installed it day one, and it's been sitting on my Switch since day one.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you like video games, podcasts, and reminiscing? I'm actor, video game writer, and total sweetie pie Connor Savage McCabe, and on each episode of Call Me By Your Game, I sit down with a guest for an intimate look at a special game from their past. Did you and your dad beat Spyro the Dragon over the holidays? Or was Halo 4 the one thing that united your roommates during your senior year of college? Stories like these are what Call Me By Your Game is about. From video game content creator Janet Garcia to Hades voice actor Courtney Vinay's, I interview wonderful comedians and game industry friends about these memories. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts, and maybe someday you'll call me by your game.
Never a more compelling game to enter your life than that. RGT,
it's hard. Hard to have time.
Okay, RGT, what's your excuse?
Oh, I am playing it. You haven't gone through my games yet, and you might see.
Of course. Okay, just so you know, I've finished Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, no. That game is huge. That is, I can understand where Bobby's coming from. It's quite daunting when you start that game and think, right, I'm in this world again. But it is a monster of a game. I mean, I've hardly done any of the story on that game. I've just been exploring, trying to find towers, trying to lock the map and stuff, which I love because the open world is brilliant. But I mean, I spent the other day, I think I spent 3 hours playing it, and I'd explored an area and done a shrine in 3 hours. It is a big. I mean, I think I put 130 hours in Breath of the Wild, and I think this is going to be more. To be honest, yeah. This is a big, big game because not only have you got Hyrule and the map there, you've got the map above as well,
and below.
Yeah, so it's a big game, and to be fair as well, I have not had one glitch. I've not noticed any frame rate drops. Nothing. It runs really, really well.
Yeah, I had no issues with with Breath of the Wild either. It was smooth from start to finish.
Well, I know they delayed Tears of the Kingdom for a year, didn't they? And they've now come out and said it was actually finished to come out a year ago, but they just had a year of polishing and just finalising, getting every little mechanic working perfectly, and obviously paid off.
But I respect that.
Yeah, and I think with what happened with Pokemon, I think they probably thought, let's get this right.
Yep.
So
fair play. What else have you been playing then, Stud?
I've been playing more Postal. I completed that Postal on a Dreamcast.
Yeah.
What a great little game. I mean, it is. You wouldn't want to play it with your children round. It is.
Postal.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Oh, they just made Postal something. I saw it on the sale. It looked crazy.
Yeah, this is brought to Dreamcast by Wave Game Studios, who are in not far away from me, about an hour away in Norwich, in Norfolk. They do a lot of Dreamcast games. I've got 3 of theirs, which is Intrepid Izzy, Shadow Gangs, and Postal. And I finished Postal last night. My brother-in-law come round and we took in turns on levels playing through it. Really good game, actually. Love the art style. I said this last week. I love the art style. The aesthetic's really good. Hand-drawn, pre-rendered backgrounds with your isometric view. like I say, it is a brutal game. It's a bit of a touchy subject with what you're doing, but it's very playable, very good. Enjoyed that. Also started Shadow Gangs, another one of theirs on the Dreamcast yesterday, that's good. That looks like, I would say it's a cross between Shinobi and Streets of Rage. It's that side scroll and beat 'em up, but you've got like the bonus levels similar to Shinobi. Was it Shinobi 2 or 3 had the bonus levels where you used to throw the ninja stars? I can't remember now.
I don't.
No, but it's one of them. And this one, you have a gun on your bonus levels, and you can upgrade your ninja as you go along. It's tough. It's really, really tough game, but they give you like 100 credits to start with, so it's almost like playing an arcade. So you can just keep
chop them down to Chinatown.
Anyway, you put me off my flow now.
I'm going to be ninja. Have you not seen that?
No.
You don't spend enough time on Instagram, friend.
No. Well, that just said if it's ninja, it'd be quite appropriate for this. But no, it's very good. It's a bit tongue in cheek as well, because you had this your first boss you face. This really tickled me, my brother-in-law. You face his first boss. He's like almost like a cyborg ninja with a massive lightsaber. But when you first talk to him, steady, the sword, I mean. When you first talk to him, he's called Colin.
You say that's the best. That's amazing. Colin. That's amazing.
Yeah. The first boss is called Colin. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
I love it.
I wondered what had happened to Colin after he got made redundant from Eddie's Electricals.
Yeah, well, he's now a cyborg ninja, so trying to take over the world. So. Good old Colin, bless him. But yeah, that's a really good game as well. So we went finished that. I would say about a third of the way through it. As we talked about, Tears of the Kingdom. Been playing more of that. Not far into the story, just exploring at the moment, which I did in Breath of the Wild. I spent first 30, 40 hours just exploring the world, opening the towers up, opening the map up, finding things, getting resources. So I'll probably be doing the same on this for the next few weeks, I would imagine. What else did I play? A bit more FIFA. After I don't know, Bobby weren't on the show last week, but I don't know if you heard, Bobby, FIFA had a bit of a glitch with me. Me and my friend, we do a career mode every year when FIFA come out. We start from League 2, work our way up to the Premier League with a team. We'd got to the championships with AFC Wimbledon, all the way through the leagues. We'd met all the requirements on our career by our board. We'd done all the critical ones, done everyone, win the league, do this, do that. We'd done them all, but it just kept taking our rating down, even though we're fully, and then they sacked us. Yeah. Even though, as well, they said at the start of the season, we're going to keep you on for another year. Before we'd even played the first pre-season friendly, they sacked us.
That's ridiculous.
And we'd met every requirement. I was absolutely gutted because we've put like 120 hours into that career.
No, you see, that's not right.
No,
even when I notice when I play,
yeah,
and like I'm on top of the league, they're like, "Oh, disappointing finish. Do you think you're going to make the league?" I'm like, make the league. I'm first place.
What I know. It's mad sometimes. The things.
And then my rating was 100, and then it was 65. I'm like,
yeah.
If I get fired from this game, I'm out the window.
Yeah,
right out the window. Sweet.
We won the league and everything, and we went from 97 rated to 35, and we'd met all the requirements. And then so they said, "We'll keep you on for a season." So I picked the team for the first pre-season friendly European tournament. And they sacked us for the first game. Said, "You're not what we want. Sorry, your performance has been terrible." Well,
what happens when you get fired?
You can look for other jobs. There was 2 jobs going. There was Colchester in League 2 or Blackburn in the same league. So we've took the Blackburn job, but we've got no budget to spend. We've built it all up with the other team. We've built a really good team. So we've now got the Blackburn team, and we're in the same league as our team has just sacked us, and they're top of the league because they've got a brilliant team that we built.
That's your revenge story. That's your story. Beat that team.
Yeah.
Can someone build us an Excel spreadsheet game where it's a Final Fantasy League for podcasts and you have to take the UCP through?
That'd be good.
That would be fun. There used to be a wrestling game that was basically an Excel spreadsheet, but it had a little bit of front on it where you controlled like a federation, like the WWF or the WCW.
Oh, okay.
WCW had to sign stars, and then their stat ratings determine what sort of match they would have, and then all the combined rankings sort of showed you what sort of good show you had, and then that boosted your ranking as a WWF or whatever it's called. And I think someone should step up and do as Bada Bingster. I'm looking at you. Tonight he's like sweating, he's researching how to make Excel spreadsheet games, put graphics up. He's asking us for like mug shots so he can sign us. And oh my.
Bada bing.
Bada bing. The best dancer in England. End of story.
Oh, definitely. Is the UCP dance.
Easy.
We also need a dancing game where you take Bada Bingster through OLL.
And we need a DLC for Dance Dance Revolution with Bada Bingster.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
That's it.
What's the matter, you? Hey, that's his special move.
That's it.
Let's see.
Shut up in your face.
It's a me, a Bada Bingster.
Right, I'll say Bada Bingster. I'll go back to what I was playing. Oh, one last game I played. I'm doing this, as you probably noticed most weeks.
You're sacked. You've played too many games to be a podcast host. You're almost a gamer at this rate.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't think you'll think when you know what I've been playing and absolutely loving as well is Tiger Woods 2004 on the OG Xbox.
Oh, such a good game.
That game, yeah. I've been at this thing like if just playing when my brother-in-law comes around. We started the other week. We should have a round of golf, and we started playing on the SNES and the Mega Drive, PGA. We've just been every time he comes around, we play a few games, and then we're like, should we have a game of golf again? And so this time we played, Tiger Woods 2004 on the original Xbox. Playing for a CRT as well. It looks fantastic. It looks really good.
It does,
and it plays so well. We were neck and neck.
It looks as good as a modern day golfing game. I'm sorry.
It looks phenomenal.
It does.
It looks phenomenal. It looks really good. And we played 18 holes, but in the 18 holes, we were still neck and neck, and we had not dropped a shot. We were on it. We were birdies, couple of pars. We had a few eagles each. We were, really cutting the corners, hitting the greens. It was just, I'd go in the lead, and he'd win a hole, and I'd win a hole, and we were just did all the way through, and he beat me on the 18th. Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, really, really enjoyed that. That was
is it actual golf though? Is it that good or no?
Actual golf. Can you remember when we played that? My God, that is a tough game to play now, isn't it? That power bar to tee off, you can't keep up with it.
No.
We were like first hole. We were like 18 shots before we got to the green.
Don't tell everyone.
You know what's funny? I never played a golf game in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby, you'd love it.
Thing is, as well, Tiger Woods, the Tiger Woods series was really, really good. They were in their prime. If you go 2004, 2005, 2006, you'll pick these up for $1, I expect. These are
easily
nothing. PS2, get them on the Xbox, on the GameCube as well, weren't they? Being on a GameCube, that'll probably cost you about $100. But if you get the PS2 or Xbox ones, you pick them up for next to nothing. And they are so good. They're so playable, so easy to get into. And yeah, great fun. But yeah, that's all what I've been playing this week.
Stitch myself up here because we can't seamlessly go into it because we've got to go RGT acoustic is like the Lone Ranger riding on down.
Oh, like the twist.
To bring hidden gems to me.
Oh wow, you've been practicing.
That was amazing.
That's George unplugged.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. Why we have that section, I'm not even sure. But this section, I know why we have this. RGT, what's your hidden gem? And it needs to be a banger because Shocks failed to qualify.
Really?
Yeah, it was 105% outside of qualifying template, so it was ineligible to compete on the grid. And it was because I jumped on the internet pony, rode out in the wild, and it is a PS2 exclusive.
That is, yeah.
Don't know why
You don't believe me, do you? I say these things.
It was. I just remember seeing coverage of it in an Xbox magazine. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
That's it. Okay.
You accepted.
It's all right.
Anyway, this week is a game from the year 2000.
Okay, 2000. Clear my mind.
A developer that I'd never ever heard of. King of the Jungle.
What formats?
Well, it's published by Hasbro Interactive. It is the version I played is on the original PlayStation.
Ooh.
It is a shoot 'em up, or as some people say, sh'em up.
Oh, I'm not going to get this, I don't think.
Single player game. Any ideas? It is. I'll give you a clue. It is a 3D version of an old arcade game. Cool. Look at the concentration on their faces.
What, 1942?
No. I guess so.
I don't know. I'll type Tactics.
Galaga, Destination Earth, or some people say Galaga.
Is that not something you ask for at the bar when you've had a few too many?
Galaga. Excuse me, pal, Galaga.
And that's normally the scale of the barman. He's at that point. He's in his own mindset. It's under his rules here. It's like, do I serve a pint to another man who asks for a Galaga, or do I say you've had a It's in his gift to give at that point.
A Galaga.
Yeah. Let's see what happens if he has another one.
This game, I didn't like it when it first came out, and I can see why. But once you get into it and play it, it's really interesting way of playing Galaga. It is Galaga. I've added a bit of a story to it, which is quite clever because it's like the Earth got invaded in 1981, which is the year the original machine came out. It's all that sort of.
That is cool. That is cool.
Graphically, it looks really good. I think it looks really good, but it will switch when you're playing. You've still got the original game mechanics, like where you could let your ship get captured and then shoot the alien down to then take that ship on, so you've got double ships where you're shooting. But this time you can, if you shoot the alien that normally captures one of your ships, you then get his tractor beam, so then you can then go and get another ship and put it next to yours, an alien ship, so you can have an alien next to you. But also, because it's 3D, it will go from top down, then you'll switch to side scroller, and then you'll switch to behind a ship in 3D mode, which is weird controls at first. Once you get used to them, it's really good. So it's 3D, you get a bit of popping because it's PlayStation, obviously, a little bit of warping, and you'll be behind, but that will change as the levels go on to the angles. 1 minute you'll be top down and you'll do a bit of a mission, not an original one. Then you'll go to behind the ship. Then you'll go to side scroll and like R-type. You still have your bonus levels as well, like you do in Galaga as well. And then you'll get as you go through levels, you'll get cutscenes in between, back to story and where you're heading to next and places. You can pick this game, you can pick up for about £8 to £15, which for a shoot 'em up on a PS1 is very good value.
Especially with that heritage.
Exactly, yeah. And I find this game, I think if you've got a PS1, and especially if you like shoot 'em ups, this goes under radar a bit. Most people are into the big ones, the R-types and bits and pieces, but this is a bit of fun, and I think they've done quite a good idea of converting a original arcade machine into the 3D world, and I think it's really good. It's good fun, easy to get used to. I know the controls behind are a bit awkward. Once you get into them, whether you like it inverted or not, it's up to you. Once you get into that, it's really good. It's great fun. So yeah, give it a go.
Okay, well, I will. And I probably won't because I don't own it. But everyone should go check it out if they've been enticed and excited by RGT's read through. And to be honest with you, check your pulse. If you haven't been excited, you're probably dead. And that's what this podcast does. It's
and I have updated the hidden gems as well, as I did promise you I would.
You did, and you have. Wonderful.
I only got up. It was yesterday because I only remembered yesterday, but I didn't do it. I thought George was going to crucify me.
I went and checked your homework and was like, still missing an outstanding exam. Yeah, where's shocks? F-.
Negative 2 points, yeah. Gryffindor.
Yeah, I haven't had the artwork done for Shocks yet, so I couldn't do it. So, but once the artwork's done, that'll be Shocks and Gallagher will be up there.
Okay, well, as always, a service to everyone that listens. A bit of a different news this week, gentlemen, because we've had a PlayStation showcase. We'll get into whether that was a hit or a miss or just about a draw when we get into it. But it's time for the news. It's scour the very darkest region of the internet to bring you the latest stories. First up, okay, time for Sony to show or not, from your point of view. After effectively keeping its big mouth shut for over a year and a half, Sony finally lifted the lid on what some of its first-party studios are working on for PS5 and PSVR 2 in a big PlayStation showcase. Clocking in at over an hour, there was a lot of news to digest in a very short space of time. As such, this roundup episode is designed to give you the list of all the announcements Sony had to share during the show. I'll rattle through these guys, and then we'll discuss them, whatever interests you the most. Okay, so what was announced? Marvel's Spider-Man 2 swings back with a stunning PS5 gameplay trailer. Konami's Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is real, confirmed for PS5. They're also going to put out Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 on the PS5 in the Master Collection. That will also include Metal Gear 1 and 2 from the NES or whatever system that was. I'm sure I'll get corrected
MSX.
On the MSX. We don't need a community correction. In your face, listeners. Fair Game from Haven Studio comes to PS5 and PC. Well-loved co-op shooter sequels Helldivers 2 targets PS5 and PC this year. Concord from Fireworks Studios has a nice logo at least. Not much more known about that other than it's basically a massively multiplayer online space flying shooting game releasing in 2024. Bungie's bringing back Marathon on PS5, PC, Xbox Series X and S as an extraction shooter. Sony's portable PS5 streaming handheld launches later this year. So the rumors about that were true. Seems to make me feel like the Xbone hookup was a bit misplaced now, but there you go. Sony announces PlayStation AirPods with lossless audio and low latency. Alan Wake 2, digital only, but dated for 17th of October on PS5. Assassin's Creed Mirage, we've got a first gameplay look, much more traditional in its layout and format. That's released in October. New action RPG Phantom Blade promises insane sword battles on the PS5. The Talos Principle 2 brings more quality to PS5 this year. From the makers of Gris comes Never, a gorgeous, solemn action-adventure game on PS5. If you like Journey, you need to see Sea of the Sword on PS5. Basically, Journey and Tony Hawk's had a baby. Free anime online open world Tower Fantasy rolls onto PS5 and 4 this summer. PlayStation console exclusive Ultros stands out with trippy psychedelic gameplay. Night in the Woods creators reveal Revenant Hill, an adventure game with cats and witches. On the subject of cats, Cat Quest, Pirates of the Caribbean, brings the fantastic action and RPG series back to PS5 and PS4. Dragon's Dogma 2 got a PS5 gameplay reveal. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink finally gets its 2023 release window on PS5 and 4. Final Fantasy 16 got another trailer, but no PS5 demo yet. Starting to feel a little bit like Deathloop, that bad boy. The Plucky Squire looks absolutely wonderful in new PS5 gameplay trailer. Resident Evil 4 from a new perspective with a free VR2 DLC. Beat Saber going to be available for PSVR 2 right at that moment when the show was announced. It's got a free upgrade for VR players on for the 2. So if you already own it, happy days. Indie Physics Sandbox Teardown demolishes a path to PS5 in 2023. That looked cool. PSVR 2 shooter Synapse looks stylish in gameplay trailer, launches on the 4th. Foam Stars is Square Enix answers to Splatoon on PS5. Street Fighter 6 story mode looks, let's face it, dumb fun, but it wouldn't be a PS showcase without Five Nights at Freddy's. Arizona Sunshine 2 also revealed for PSVR. That looked quite cool. Ghost Runner 2 resurfaced with a sleek gameplay trailer. My sort of one to watch, Immortals of Evian, is got another PS5 gameplay trailer. And Build Towns and Revive Nature in Towers of Asgabar coming to PS5 in 2024. Let's get this out of the way now. Don't worry, Xbox gamers, as these titles wasn't just a PlayStation showcase, it was everything's showcase, really. You're going to get Talos Principle 2, 2023, Ghost Runner 2, 2023, Mortals of Avium, already penned for July 20th, 2023. Never will come 2024, as will Cat's Quest. Teardown, making its way on 2023, as is the Plucky Squire. You're also going to get access to the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater remake, Alan Wake 2, multi-format release October 17th, Assassin's Creed Mirage a week earlier on the 12th, and Dragon's Dogma and Marathon obviously announced, but no release date as we speak. With that all said and done, let's do a quick round robin. Bobby, your initial thoughts of the PlayStation Showcase. Good, bad, or indifferent?
It was okay.
Indifferent.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for Spider-Man 2, would you have said it was a bit of a blowout?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 made it from like whatever to okay.
Save the day.
Yeah.
Okay. RGT, jump down off the fence, friend. Was this showcase acceptable, or did it leave you really hungry after the promise of an all-you-can-eat diner?
I quite enjoyed it, to be honest. I was looking at all these different new games, thinking, that's quite good, that's quite good. And I was so surprised when I checked my phone afterwards and people were raging about it. This is shocking, this is terrible. And I'm like, calm down. Then again, I always see the best in things. I think the last Xbox one I watched, I thought was quite good, and people were slating that. So I think it's basically because people like, there's definitely going to be Last of Us multiplayer. There's definitely going to be, they'd lined up all these exclusives that we're definitely getting these. And because they weren't shown, then people were ravished. But I thought, well, if you actually just sit down and look at some of these games, some of them are pretty cool. I thought it was all right.
Would it not have made sense to show Last of Us factions at least a little bit? I mean, we've seen nothing.
They're saving up for Summer Games Fest, aren't they? They're going to put a load in Summer Games
Why
Fest.
would someone save a game from their own homework to make Jeff Keighley's homework look good?
I think it's because it's multi-format at Jeff Keighley, so they want to look one of the best there. They want to reveal something that everyone's going to go, oh wow! They want to do it in front of the audience of all the companies rather than just their own showcase.
So to surmise, hit, miss, or indifferent, I'm guessing you say a hit.
I wouldn't say hit. I thought it was okay. It's pretty decent. It was pretty decent. It was good. It was some new.
You've got to pick one.
How about out of 10? What do we do?
Okay, out of 10. Bobby, what's your out of 10?
5.
Okay, RGT, what's your out of 10?
6.5.
Mine. I thought I was less hyped than you. I'd have given it a 7, but now I feel like I need to water that down a little bit and maybe give it a 6. Let's get into the reasons why. Best announcement on the day, men. RGT, what got you wetter than an otter's pocket?
Dear me. Well, I mean, obviously Spider-Man 2 was the big one. I think everyone loved the 10-minute gameplay. Can you control yourself, please?
I'm all good.
Deep breaths. I think Spider-Man 2 was seeing the 10-minute gameplay got me hyped for that. They know what they're doing with these little gameplay sections. They've done it with the Miles Morales as well, didn't they? They give you a section of the game. That really got me hyped. But I thought I quite liked some of the other reveals. I never played the original Dragon's Dogma, but I thought Dragon's Dogma 2 looked pretty cool. I got quite interested in that. That looked smart. Alan Wake, that was a good trailer.
That looked great.
Graphically looked good.
And I did see that this week they'd thrown down the gauntlet to Spider-Man 2 to say Alan Wake will be the best looking game on PS5.
Wow. Yes, that looked good. That was nice to see Bungie going back to their roots of Marathon. And I mean,
yeah.
And that's coming out on all platforms as well. So fair play, even though they're in the studio, they're still going to keep releasing on all platforms. I mean, you'd be bad not to, really.
You would be bonkers. You might as well make the extra money, hadn't you?
Yeah. I mean, what was the one with the storybook? The little indie game where you're in the 2D world, and then what was that called?
Oh, I saw that, but I don't remember the name.
By Devolver. I can't remember now.
Yeah, that looked really cool. I like the idea of that, where you were playing on the pages and then you come out into the 3D world. I really like
I think it's Plucky Squire.
Plucky Squire, that's it. Yeah, I really like the look of that. That looked That looked really good. And I thought it was quite nice in them sort of games you wouldn't normally see. I thought a couple of them were a bit. I saw Square Enix pop up. I thought, oh, what we got here? And then it was like a cross between Splatoon and Fortnite, and I was just like, by Square Enix, what is this? Do you know what I mean? I thought that was a very sort of off-piste for them, but if it works, I suppose. But that was a bit strange, but I suppose there is something for everyone in there. And also, I think one that really did look properly developed really well and technique was Phantom Blade. I thought when they were doing the fighting, that was so good. You know, the blocks and how quick the action was, that really interests me, that Phantom Blade. I'd be quite interested in that. But it depends if it's more of a sort of Souls-like or not, I suppose, but how tough the game will be. But I thought that looked really good. But they were sort of my main ones, I'd say.
Okay. Bobby, which one got you salivating?
For me, Spider-Man 2. But to be honest, once I saw that come on, I kind of turned away from it. I don't want any kind of spoilers or anything in my mind. Just know it's coming, so I'm excited. I thought Alan Wake looked great. Assassin's Creed, really hoping it goes towards more Assassin's Creed 3 because I thought that game was amazing, and Valhalla was a disaster. So
it was.
I hope it goes back to that. What else did I see? Yeah, the game with the sword, the Phantom Blade, looked amazing. Yeah, really. And if it's like Sekiro, then even better.
I did think you when that come on. I thought Bobby's going to be all over it.
I was like, this is going to be amazing. And I mean, Dragon's Dogma looked good too.
Yeah, I quite fancied that. That looked pretty cool.
Did you play the original, Bobby? Have you played Dragon's Dogma 1?
I have it. I have it sealed. So Ellie will be happy. But I want to open it soon.
I think I think it was on. You need to do a video to Elliot of you with the white gloves on unboxing it.
That's it. Open right up there.
A little knife just opening the seal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's boil this down. I'll tell you one thing. The things that sort of piqued my interest. Obviously, there was the tech, the new handheld device. Seems interesting.
I'm interested to hear what you guys think of these.
Stupid.
Okay.
Okay.
Straight in.
So, to me, it kind of is going to be okay. I do a lot of remote play as it is, to be able to do that while allowing your significant other to watch a bit of TV. If you want to just get a couple of rounds of MLB in, seems all right to me. We've already got the backbone, but it won't have the DualSense functionality.
That's nice. Got the DualSense functionality in.
That's what sets it apart from the Xbone, I suppose. The AirPods interesting to me. I like the case. The devices themselves look cool. I'm actually
to be honest,
of everything that's going on at the minute.
Big over-the-ear headphones from Sony I have are amazing.
Yeah,
and then I bought the in-ear ones. They're really comfortable from Sony. So Sony makes great.
They're good audio stuff.
Yeah, they're great audio devices.
I think the AirPods will be a success.
I think so too.
I think a lot of people, I don't know if they'll do a box, but if they do that is it Project Q, or is they going to call it the Q Lite or something like that?
Yeah.
If you buy the Q Lite with a pack in with the earbuds, so you're going on holiday, you got your earbuds in, you can log onto your PlayStation and play. That's a good little package deal.
One thing I found,
the Q you can only use in the same Wi-Fi. You can't bring it anywhere.
Oh, can't you?
No, I believe they cleared this up. It will work over Wi-Fi, and anywhere you could have remote played your games normally, you'll be able to remote play here. Obviously, if you're in the same room, it works almost flawlessly. If you're doing it over the internet, like I do with a PS5 to a PS4 Pro, it's okay, but can be left a little bit wanting. My biggest issue with this is, front page, give it a remote play option. Absolutely banging idea. But behind the scenes, why not at least make it capable of running on its own back your PS1 games, your Vita games, and your PSP games?
Do you know what I think this needed? It's probably because the tech isn't in it. It's technically a screen streaming a game with your controls. But this needed a little card slot so that if you haven't got an internet, wherever you're going, the internet is weak, you could at least just have one game or two games downloaded on a card that you could take with you and play it as a handheld. If it is just a streaming only, I think it could. I mean, I'm interested, and I'm probably going to get this because if I can play it, if we go away to the lodge or bits and pieces, I can play, and I'm on the internet, I can play remote play. I used to in my Vita, and it was okay. It was, if the tech's improved and it's even better and it plays well, then I'd like this. But I just think it would have been nice if it had that capability, like you say, to playing something off its own back. Just to add that.
Even if it was just the ever-increasing library of PS1 classics, it would have been a little bit of something if you didn't have the internet somewhere. You would still be, if it was a range. Isn't it? Yeah, if it was a range of the re-released PSP games that they've put out, it starts to have a function, it starts to have a form, it starts to have a life separate from being just a remote streaming device. And to be fair, could actually start to double as a handheld. If there was like a Q store and you went on there, so there was two options: Q store, games, remote play. Boom, and you accessed it that way. We'll see. We might hear more from it. I'm pretty much.
I also saw there was a lot of people berating the look of it, and I thought, well, to be fair, I mean, the Vitas, your PSPs, they're small. You do get a bit of crampy hands playing those. Even the Switch, it is literally a rectangle. It's not ergonomically designed for your hands, even though it's quite comfortable to play. It's not brilliant at times for, I've got quite big hands, so it's quite hard. So it's nice to see a company rather go for the ergonomics rather than the look of it. I think that is going to be one of the most comfortable handhelds to hold and play, I would say, because, we know what the DualSense is like. It's one of the best there is. So I think, yes, it does look a bit strange, like someone has chopped the DualSense in half and stuck a tablet in the middle. But
that is exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's going to be comfort over, over aesthetics. I'm sure it's going to be really good like that.
Okay.
I mean, if the Switch could do it, Sony could do it, right? We just needed like a Vita 2 or something like that. It would have been much better than just this
I think you're
streaming
right.
thing only. I don't understand why we didn't do that.
They maybe should have made it with a bit of tech inside, so it was a Vita 2 that can remote play and stream your PS5. Yeah, that's good.
And you can make a much comfortable, handle or have an accessory to it, where at least if I'm on the go, I have a good internet or a good Wi-Fi connection to do the remote play, but also I can download games from the store. Maybe not, and if you have the technology to do it, like all the games from the store.
To me, we need to know more, because that screen just jammed between a couple of controller ends. I don't know about you, but the screen almost looks removable to me. And if it's removable, does it have a kickstand? And if it has a kickstand, does that controller then just go down to the size of a DualSense and you just...
No, it looks like it's together.
I know, but it looks together in a way that looks like it's not very well put together, if that's the case.
That's what it looks like.
It looks a bit fragile,
not well
because
together
where the controllers are held is about an inch of join to the actual screen. That would worry me. That
makes me think that it's removable.
Maybe.
Be interested.
I wonder if we're going to get more as the coming events come out, because they're supposed to be out at the end of this year, isn't it? Is it coming out in fall?
It is. And again, that makes me wonder why on earth they did the PlayStation 5 branded Xbone. It's $100 right now, today. Walk in the store and buy it. And seemingly it's going to give you exactly the same functionality, but without the rumble and the DualSense features.
I wondered if they passed that and licensed that just to see what the...
So just think about this for a moment. An Xbone with no screen is $100. The horsepower of that is coming from your phone, Android, Apple, whatever. You slot it in, it works. If that's $100 plus your phone, which to be fair is $1,000's worth of tech these days that you pay monthly for, so it doesn't feel like they're that value, but there's $1,000 there. How much is this Q device actually going to cost? I smell at least $300 in the air here.
Yeah, well, $250. That's what I'm thinking about.
Easy.
And for that, you could just buy a Steam Deck.
Yeah, I was thinking
I've seen the Steam Deck.
$200. I was thinking.
like that Steam Deck looks amazing. The stuff you could do with that Steam Deck.
Yeah, if they're Steam Deck,
I'd rather buy that.
Very, very good. Yeah, that's a good point. If they're selling this for $350, then that's dead in the water.
Yeah, I think Sony dropped the ball with this.
Don't make me check your Amazon wish list, RGT, because even if it's 999, baby, it's going home.
Delete. I mean, $350 for something which has got one use of remote play, that is steep.
What price point would tempt you in, Bobby? You're completely dead to this. But let's just say you come into some money and this thing was remote play only. What price point would pull you in realistically?
I mean, if it's literally just the streaming, then
steaming pile of deck.
Steaming pile of like 150. Like, what else can it be, right? Like, it can't be more than that because all you're providing is just basically a second screen type deal.
Agreed.
Like, what? I don't get it. It's just, when I saw it, I just thought, oh God, this is trash.
I know I get excited by anything, but I always saw that and I was like, oh, I really like the look of this. Then I started doing the maths a bit and thinking, oh, I'm going to get one of them. I'd like that. That'd be handy if we go away. I can play the game. Then I started thinking, are they going to chuck this out at a ridiculous price?
Like, if I go some vacation, I bring the Switch because I have other things to do, whatever. I have the emulated Vita.
Mm-hmm.
So I could play like whatever, Nintendo, Sega. And I'd rather do that than bring this with me to just stream on my PS5.
Yeah.
And what happens if you turn your PS5 off or something happens to it? You forget to leave it on rest mode and you're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now true. What?
And I mean it's just... the Switch has got that library. I've got my OLED, so when I do go away, I always just tend to tap the Switch.
Well, imagine
if you're playing your main game, you can carry on playing your main game.
Imagine this for a moment. You play in remote play. Let's imagine the perfect world. Everything's working fine. Your child says, "Can I have a go?" You say, "Yeah, no problems." You hand it to them. They play a game. Suddenly it's dinner. Oh, can you just turn that off? They go, "Yeah, no problems." They go, "Control center, power options, turn off." Boom. The kid's done nothing wrong. But they've just turned your Sony Q into a paperweight. Yeah, and you're on holiday in Tenerife and it's day 2 and you're there for a fortnight. How this is now dead.
Well, you got to call your mother-in-law and say, "Mom, can you please go upstairs and turn the PS5 on? Thank you very much."
Exactly, because it won't remote from off. It won't remote activate from off. It'll only.
Do you think they'll incorporate something in where you can do it?
I don't think that they can.
Yeah, you can't. It's off. Like, that's it. You can't turn your Mac on with your iPhone. It's off.
Yeah, it needs that sort of Bluetooth reception, don't it, to click it back on from the controller, doesn't it? But yeah.
Or what happened? There's a power outage in your neighborhood or something like that. You're done. That's it.
So it's a very
and then you get a fault with your Project Q, and you've left your PS5 on.
Yeah, but the PS5 will time out in 10 minutes.
No, not necessarily. Some people turn that off. You can turn it off in settings. Some people don't have that, so you could actually end up leaving your PS5 on for 2 weeks.
You're basically going to cook your PS5. Yeah. You wanted to hear that? I've been saying that for weeks now that I want to hear something that makes the PS5's fan turn on. It's basically going to be Cubone with a network error.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. You come back and it's
can you imagine Xbox making something like this handheld where you could just use their whole library?
I'm surprised they haven't because they got the best blade system. Yeah,
you have it.
That's there. That's set up ready to go. If Microsoft made something like this, that would be perfect for the Xbox. It'd be brilliant.
Xbox, that'd be unbelievable. Now you get to go to work with it. Bam, Xbox game with the Game Pass. Done.
Yeah.
Here's Sony. I have an idea. Let's make just a second screen device for Wi-Fi. That's just garbage. Sorry.
Well, some referred to it as a Wii U gamepad. It's looking to be about as useful as that. Getting back to the games, gentlemen, I was quite excited by the Indie Physics Sandbox Teardown. That looked exciting. It had original GTA vibes.
Yeah, that's been on PC for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, the destructibility.
I think they're one of the best games for the destructible surroundings and that, and how it all breaks down. It looks quite good fun there. Was that in VR as well?
No, just normal as it was broken to me. Arizona Sunshine, that looked great as well. As soon as the trailer started, I was like, it's got to be Arizona Sunshine. I was fired up by that. I was kind of captivated by the Concord trailer.
Yeah, it didn't show nothing, did they, really?
No, and now I find out a little bit more. I'm a bit like, oh.
Once they said that was a big online thing, I thought...
Not keen. Surprised, nay, shocked that Helldivers 2 is now 3D and it's got a sequel. Final Fantasy 16, probably on the verge of seeing a little bit too much of that right now. Kudos to Resident Evil for giving us the free PSVR 2 option on Resident Evil 4. Didn't have to. If they'd put that behind a paywall of $9.99, I'm sure they could have got a lot more money for that. Immortals of Avium looks great. And other than that, I think obviously Spider-Man for me sealed the deal. I was excited by the Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta remake, which is exciting, but obviously no Hideo Kojima involvement, so that probably won't be quite as special as we'd like it to be. But then confused, if I may, by the remaster of 3.
Yeah, that confused me too. But what also confused me about the trailer, Snake's head, right? Let's just visualize this. It's supposed to be a bandana, yeah? And it's across the top of his forehead. But it's so tight that it's taken shape of his eye socket, right? But then as you go towards his hairline, it just becomes hair. Seems very Ninja Turtle-ish. I don't like that. That's just me, sorry.
You want a realistic bandana?
It just seems weird.
So talk to me, if I may be so bold, about the logic of remaking 3 and then relaunching 1, 2, and 3 on PS5. Now, we've had it on Vita, we've had it on PS3. Do we need this again, especially so close to the remake? And is it a bad idea to relaunch a remaster next to a remake? Almost presumably quite close to each other. And why start at 3? Why wouldn't they just go back and remake Metal Gear Solid 1 and then do 2 and then do 3 and then get them all up to running on the Fox engine standard? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all seamlessly linked together, and maybe even throw in a remake of the PSP game as well.
I would have loved that idea.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
I mean, the time and effort it's going to take.
Start.
Yeah, agreed. The time and effort it took to make this a remake could have made a brand new game, or remake a game that hasn't been done. Like if you're going to go back to the NES era or MSX, just remake that. Whatever. I don't know.
It would be more of a blank check for them to be able to write, because they could just mix it up completely, and it, within reason, could be a brand new game to a whole generation, especially seeing it in that third dimension. I agree. Okay, so there's that. I think that might really, unless there's something you guys want to talk about, that probably brings us to the end.
I was just going to say, there's rumours at the moment that Sony's bought a studio for $8 billion.
Really?
Yeah. And the rumours are it's either Square Enix, Capcom, or Konami. Now, there was quite a lot of Square Enix, Capcom, and Konami in this showcase.
There was.
So do you think there's any... Me personally, I think they've bought Square Enix because they trimmed down their IPs. They work very closely with exclusives with Sony. And I just think Sony wanted a live service game like Splatoon. They've been quite openly speaking they wanted one. Square Enix, strangely for them, have now made one. So whether this is all tied in, I don't know. I might be wrong, but it seemed to me like that could be Square Enix could potentially.
It's been rumoured for the longest time, hasn't it? But we don't have any concrete proof. And allegedly been waiting for this whole sort of Xbox thing to clear itself up.
Well, we also had, the Final Fantasy VII remake that was announced for Xbox, never came. That was knocked on the head, and you started thinking then, wonder if there's something going on with Square Enix and Sony. Now other games are just exclusive to Sony. I know.
Look, no disrespect, but if we knew more the sales numbers of previous titles on certain consoles and the actual footfall of each digital system, maybe they didn't think they'd get the penetration and money return. Who knows? Maybe it's more complicated for them releasing it across the world. That we don't know. It could be Sony have bought exclusivity. Maybe it goes deeper than that. Maybe there's some lack of cohesion between Xbox. I don't know what the answer to that is, but I think before the end of the year, we'll know one way or the other.
Yeah, there was this thing recently about was a new Inspector Gadget game that's coming out, and they've announced that's PS5 and PC, but they're not putting it onto Xbox, and people are going mad.
As much as I love old school retro ideas like that, I think Xbox dodged a bullet. Look out, Inspector Gadget 10 out of 10 game of the year. But,
No, I know what you mean, but there's people who are playing it said, why are you avoiding it, Rod? And they basically just said, well, it's more profitable for us to make sales rather than going on to get a one-off price for a service, putting it on for free on a service. So they said they can't rule it out indefinitely, but at the moment they're just going for the sales of the game rather than the.
I think there's still legs in. It's almost like cinema. During COVID, we realised that straight to digital services was interesting, but probably didn't work that well. The movie industry makes a movie. You go to the cinema to watch it. If you're interested, you get it on DVD, and then you buy it after that. Is the games industry trying to align itself with that? You pay first, then it's on sale, then you get to see it on a streaming service maybe 6 months to a year after, and then they can make another new revenue stream for those that either didn't want it at first, didn't want that big screen experience, maybe happy to pick it up down the line, having a couple of bits spoiled from on the internet. That's the risk that they take to get the game at a lower value.
And I think some of these indie companies, it benefits them to release exclusively timed on one console. Like you say, if you release on PlayStation, give it a year on PlayStation timed exclusive, sell the copies that you need. Once it starts thinning out and slowing down, you then release it on another system, get a new audience who then either purchase it or, get it on the system. So that's like you say, it's a second income stream a year after the game's come out. So you can see from game companies' point of view, it's a way of prolonging the profit in a game, I suppose.
Okay. Well, community corrections, I didn't see any, so another flawless victory. But if you happen to hear something that we didn't get right, or you had an opinion on the news we might have missed, if we left a wide open goal on a massive news story, and no doubt we did, as we said last week, we're the underdogs. We're people trying to punch outside of our zone. We can only do that with your support. Get on something while it's under the radar. I don't know if approaching 200 episodes is under the radar, but get on board with it now. And then when everyone else says, oh, have you heard this? You can say, yeah, I've been listening to him for years. Don't be that person that introduces this to someone in 5 years' time. Be the person that's already so on board the train that my inside leg measurement. If they want to get in touch with us, Bobby, how would we let the collective masses know how and where to get hold of us and why? And what would be the best way to ingratiate yourselves to us as a thank you for week after week after week of hours upon hours of content? What would be the best way to say thank you to us?
100% the best way would be to hit us up via email at questions@unofficialcontrollerpodcast.com. Okay. You can DM us, Instagram, or even Twitter. And in those links, in that social media, there's a link to the Discord. You join the Discord. I promise you, it's amazing. It's amazing. You have a group of people from all over the place, all ages, all things, different brackets, different tiers, not tiers, different subjects. Go crazy in Discord. The best.
Even if you join and then just watch,
it's amazing.
Like I do, like a voyeuristic. I'm the guy in the cupboard, right? While the window cleaner's round. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and that's how I operate on Discord.
Someone puts a new game they've picked up in listeners, Stingray, and then a little George just appears in the corner.
Nothing's going to bring me out of the woodwork more than a pickups picture in what you found in the wild. Yeah. Listen, Mr. and Mrs. Digital Monkery right now, come back from the boot, boom, show us everything. I can't get enough of it. They've got videos.
Yeah, and also, go to their YouTube. That's brilliant, their YouTube.
For me, it's very voyeuristic. It's very voyeuristic.
Your voice has changed, and I don't like it.
Mrs. Digital Monkery in there. You know, she's the presenter. They found them as a couple. We never see him, but we see her.
Mumsy, George has gone voyeuristic again.
Get me banned from my own Discord for looking at people's pickups in the pickups section. #crime. #pervert. #scoof.
Oh. Anyway.
Oh, mate, if he's listening, bring the fire. Well, I've put us in the railroad now. The only thing that can get us out of that now, okay, other than a blooming strong pickups video, would be the Ray. I don't know if you've seen him about this week, have you, gentlemen? Have you seen him about?
He's been very elusive this week.
Bobby's seen him?
No, I've only briefly seen him.
He shows himself to his friends. He only briefly shows himself to his acquaintances.
There you go.
And I've not seen him. So what does that tell you?
Yep.
It's revving at the gate. It's time for a peek in what we affectionately call Stingray's boot. What's nestled between some counterfeit knackers and a dodgy copy of Battlefriend All this week. These are the new release highlights for the week, May 29th, June 4th. Listeners, these are out in digital or physical or CFAX, or will be by the time this podcast on your feed, but could be region dependent. How are you seeing the Ray this week? Because
I'll tell you how I'm seeing him.
Please do.
I've been looking at him for the longest time. He's wet, but not with water, or like Vaseline. He has like, it's half, like a 3/4 ripped New York Cosmo Pele jersey.
Ooh.
Very weird, right? Very weird. Yeah. And he has only one leg of a dungaree on with a suspender strap. And I'm not sure what's going on with this guy right today. It's just strange. And his hair is so slicked back and tight that as he talks, he starts to lose some of his widow's peak. Just bizarre.
Can you see Wayne or no?
Wayne, he's in the corner over there talking to some other kids. But, I mean, he's just in overalls. That's all I could see for now.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Save me from myself, RGT. How are you seeing the Ray this week?
Well, he's always on piece for me, isn't he? Stingray and Wayne. So Stingray's dressed as like a 1970s golfer, but his trousers look as though they've had an argument with his ankles. So they're about a foot away from his shoes. And his shoes are like some retro golfing brogues. He's got a tight-laced golf T-shirt on with the collar turned up. He's got a golf hat on, back to front, with his lovely mane combed out of the back and some shades. And Wayne's like the smallest caddy I've ever seen. He has to drag the bag because the bag's about a foot taller than him. So it's yeah, but that's how they've shown themselves to me today. How about you, George? God, I'm regretting asking this. If it's anything to do with maple syrup and sandals like last time, but
you know those blue and white bowls that you see? You know, the sort of Chinese printed blue and white bowls that are probably normally found in a cottage in the UK somewhere.
Yeah.
Stingray's looks like one of those filled with tapioca.
Wow.
And Ray looks Wayne looks like a small mouse just peering over the edge, trying to lick his father, but then realizing that it's not tapioca, it's actually some subconstitute of his father. And he keeps looking at me, does Wayne Mouse, very confused, because normally he would be in that tapioca nearly drowning. But now he likes the taste, but knows if he consumes too much, he's literally licking away the mortal fabric of his own father.
Wow.
Wow. All I'll say is your coffee is far too strong on a Sunday. You need to turn that down, son.
It's a full conundrum, and one that I wouldn't wish I was Wayne in, because it's like, well, this looks like the most beautiful meal I've ever had. Oh my God, that's my dad's third eyelash gone. Well, oh my goodness, Dad's stray left nose hair has just evaporated. He might thank me for that. Where else do you want me to lick?
Oh dear.
That's acceptable, that won't kill you.
Anyway.
Every now and then, we were going to put out an episode like this.
Can you just promise me next week you'll just try and have an early night?
I'm not on next week. I think as the show gets bigger and bigger and we put out more and more content, the option for me to drift into the background like a faint memory. No one ever remembers me. Just gone.
No, you are not doing that. You're the headline of this show, and that's what you're saying.
How can this, what I've done today, I'm not deserving. I'm not good enough.
George, you are a leader.
Yeah, but sometimes Bobby, a leader's just got to be the man and take you from behind.
Well, and sometimes if you're not doing it, we got to, give a little tug to the tush and then back on track, buddy. Let's go.
Quite fittingly, Shame Legacy first came out of the boot on PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC, May 30th. Shame Legacy is a first-person survival horror set in a forsaken cultist village. Your attempt to survive using stealth and escape by solving puzzles, you unravel the mystery that's haunting or hunting you. Interesting. Are you back with us, RGT?
Mm-hmm.
Just a short one from you.
Yeah.
For you.
System Shock PC, May 30th. A first-person fight to the death in the depths of space.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, that's quite varied, but what it is or what it's about, I have no idea. But there you go. That's all you get with that. First-person fight to the death.
Bobby's looked into the mastodon of reads out of the boot. I don't know if anyone's that interested. So why don't just give us the name and when it's coming out? Maybe the first line.
It's Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection for the Switch and PC. I'm happy that we have a collection of these games. I never even heard of the first one. It's on June 1st. So, basically, it's an endless adventure. If it's so endless, why is there a collection?
To milk you further down the line?
It's
explore the rich beginnings.
The rich beginnings of the RPG franchise with remasters of 3 timeless adventures that inspire players on a journey of discovery. Well, you can discover this game now because we just mentioned it.
Look out, because this is a real oh my goodness, is a real life take on my week. Slayers X on PC June the 1st. So, got what it takes to be an X-Slayer. 7 weapons, blood, and gore. Twisted music by Sea Pigeon Psycho Syndicate, and maps where you can blow up everything. It's awesome. Started making it in 1998 in high school with my friend. Now I'm 37. So I have life experience now.
Street Fighter 6, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series of consoles, and PC June 2nd.
Don't forget, that's also getting a Tiger Electronics release June 3rd.
Oh, I'll pre-order that. On the tax shelf.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1. Here comes Capcom's newest challenger. Street Fighter 6 launches worldwide on June 2nd, 2023, and represents the next evolution of the Street Fighter series. Street Fighter 6 spans 3 distinct game modes, including World Tour, Fighting Ground, and Battle Hub.
Excellent. And last but not least, we love Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie. PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox Series One, Xbox One, Switch, PC, June 3rd. The second title in the Katamari Damacy series has returned in a remastered, powered-up version. This new reroll comes with improved graphics and gameplay enhancements. In Royal Reverie, roll up Katamari as the king of all cosmos in his boyhood. Now, I'll tell you something about boyhood. In this game, I've seen someone talk about it, and I Googled it. You're basically a ball.
It's on the PS2 originally.
And you just roll around
getting everything.
And collect things to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It's your kind of game, Bobby.
And that's a remaster now. So, there it is.
Is that another one you're not pre-ordering, Bobby? Or
yeah.
Which, God knows, what's your mummy?
To be honest, System Shock.
I'm System Shock.
I'll go with the Train Odyssey Origins collection because I just felt sorry for him.
Wow. Okay. And what VHS are you taking home, RGT?
I'm going with American Pie.
Okay. Bobby, what are you pulling out?
I'm pulling out a DVD. No, VHS tape.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't on DVD. Of the original Captain America.
Oh, wow.
The Italian version.
Oh.
When Red Skull was Italian. I love it. And I love how the mask fit my man. Well, I think his name was Steve as well, the actor. You can't beat it. The throws of the shield, amazing.
Okay. Well, with that high watermark, I'm going to pick Michael Palin's travel documentary, Around the World in 80 Days.
Wow, where did that come from?
Same place as the tapioca.
Oh, dear.
The dark depths of my mind.
Espresso mist in your brain at the moment.
I'm getting too much time to play video games. You know, I don't know. I can't be all things to all men. Okay, well, that's done. I turn around. All that's left is what could be an eyeball, or it could be a leg. It's a little blob of tapioca with a mouse-shaped nibble out of one of the pieces. One only wonders how that'll reconstitute into Ray next week. That's I don't even know how that's going to play out. Gentlemen, he's gone. That leaves us with nothing more than the merest question of what you're hoping to play. And we're going to start this time with RGT. What are you hoping to play, friend?
Be back in the Dreamcast, be playing some more Shadow games. Really enjoying that. Just like I love the style of graphics. It's like a sort of 32x version of Streets of Rage, really good. So I want to get back into that, see if I can get a little bit further.
Nice.
Now we've beaten Colin, the evil ninja.
Perfect.
I'm definitely going to play some more Tiger Woods 2004. That was great fun. Loved that. Such a good game. And then there'll be more Tears of the Kingdom, I would imagine. That's sort of I've come right off Jedi at the moment. I will get back into it after Tears of the Kingdom, but I struggle with having two big AAA games going at once. I like to get one done and then move on. And so I've sort of put Jedi on the back burner, and I'll play Tears of the Kingdom for the next few weeks and see how far I can get before going back. But yeah, more Zelda for me, I think, mainly.
Okay. Bobby, what are you going to treat yourself with gaming wise this week?
More Jedi Survivor, definitely.
Hero, yeah.
Cars of the Dead. And to be honest, I would hope Dead Island 2.
Wow. Okay. And for me, Bomber Crew, a myriad of American sports, some Farming Simulator, and let's finish this throwdown on the Millennium Tower. Looking forward to getting that done. And then I'm going to get into Like a Dragon. I've been waiting, and now is that time. It's on premium, so nice and easy choice. I think you've already had it on PS Plus as well as a game to keep. So
yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
I'm dripping in the game, so easy to download from anywhere and everywhere. So I'm excited for that. And that's it. So don't forget to join the Discord. That's where the fun and shenanigans continues. If you want to see what Digital Munker has picked up, if you want to see what Gaming Grams found, if you want to see what Bada Binks has picked up in Holland on his travels, if you want to find out what Elliot's got sealed in his back room, if you want to see whether Bobaloba's going brown, yellow, or dark this evening, then the only place to find that out is on the Discord. If you want to slide into the DMs of any single name or person that you've seen on here, if you want to find out if they do Lemsip in America or Texas specifically, and how many of those Seb's been drinking on a daily basis, the only way to find out is to get in the Discord. If you want to know why I decided I saw Stingray as a bowl of tapioca today, the only place to find out behind the news scenes, the news, the info, the stories behind the show is the Discord. If you like the show and you want a making of behind the scenes extra of the DVD as well, that's basically the Discord. So if you're a fan and you're not in the Discord, summon it right here. Did I mention the price, RGT, of the Discord? Because it's very reasonable.
Oh, it's more than reasonable.
I think it's the price that scares most people off.
Mm-hmm.
But when you build something of this quality, it can only ever be free.
Yep.
Join us in the Discord. Don't mess about anymore. We're being deadly serious. It's free. You get to win stuff, free stuff. At some point in time, RGT is going to put his own PS5 up for competition. If you've not been in the Discord for a solid 12 months, you don't qualify.
I don't remember that bit, but...
So if you join now, 1 year from now, you're going to be in with a chance to win RGT's PS5.
Wow, thanks for that.
Wow.
We've still got something in petty cash because that's going to need replacing.
You'll be needing a Pro by then, so you'll just be giving it away.
Yeah. Right. Thanks for that, George.
If we can get to 1 million users by Christmas,
wow,
I'll put my whole collection up.
Right. Get on there, everyone. I'm never going to drive something so hard in all my life.
Wow, Mrs. RGT just slumped down in a chair. She listens, bless her.
She does listen, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, before I ruin any more marriages, it's that time. So we have time for this week. Listeners, always thank you for your time. We look forward to the pleasure of speaking to you again next week. Until then, happy gaming. Remember, there's nothing wrong with being given the unofficial controller. It's what you do with it that counts. See you guys.
See ya.